This mask itches. It dries out my nose and my face. I can't breathe, and it's just a pain in the ass. I want everybody who sees this video to share it and tell me in one sentence how COVID changed your life. Have you been in a crowd lately? Someone sneezes and you look at people's faces. They are freaking out.
What could have been done and what still needs to be done right now to save lives. And behind tonight's heartbreaking number, there are more than 100,000 people with names and stories.
Now that a couple years have gone by, what have we learned from the pandemic?
First of all, being bound to my house all day for like almost 2 years has made me feel comfortable with myself. I have learned how to enjoy my own company. At times, the pandemic even made me feel worthless. The pandemic also taught me to live in the moment. The pandemic made it very clear that how uncertain the future is and how precious life is.
I think we can all agree life is precious.
I set up the iPad for a family FaceTime call at 10:30 that morning. Using the iPad, the family could see their loved one's condition. They could see all the drips and pressers. They could see her on the ventilator. They could see me working diligently nonstop in her room. At one point, the patient's daughter asked me to hold her mother's hand. As I stood there listening to this woman thank her mother for everything that she has and is, tears began rolling down my face. This woman was the same age as me, and her mom is the same age as my mom, and this could have very easily been me saying goodbye to my mother on an iPad.
You know, you have to grab that iPad and you have to call that family member and spouse and say, it's time, and hold people's hands when they're dying so they're not alone, and trying to tell them a little bit about yourself, you know, so they don't feel like you're just this person coming in the room, running in and giving medicine and running out.
An iPad. Who would have thought that your porno pal would be used as a tool to express your most personal feelings to your ailing loved ones? Wow. I had a friend who was pregnant and her husband couldn't be in the delivery room. His comment to me was, "How will I know it's mine?" Really?
Make sure you set aside time to just appreciate the little things. My call to action is treat others how you would want to be treated. Accept the fact that you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond or how you react to it.
Are you in control? We're being surveilled every minute of every day. Make some faces at your computer camera and see what happens. You might find yourself starring in an AI movie.
Look at all of these sheep that are here, all wearing this mask. It's actually dangerous for them, and it's doing nothing for them. A 99% survival rate, and you're all wearing masks like sheep. Like sheep, seriously. It's ridiculous. You guys share this. This is what we're dealing with in America. This cannot be the new normal.
Come on, nobody wanted that cranium cortex across their face. But to stay safe, we did it. There were the low IQ who refused, and we all saw their posts boo-hooing because they got COVID. I don't know how it happened.
Realise we need to focus on what matters most, and that probably is tackling the isolation, the loneliness, the endemic exclusion that many older people face across the world.
The pandemic has reminded us how interconnected we all are and how the health of one of us affects the others. We're all in this together.
It's like separating all your nasty trash and recyclables. Sure, it's a little more effort than just heaving everything into one bin, but if we don't all do it, does it really help? Together, people, united, interconnected, ring a bell?
Like some more time to have fun, to explore, like find new interests, and just experiment with things that you wouldn't have had time to do before because like other things got in the way.
I guess I can feel comfortable wearing my own clothes at home, but I don't feel like I'm in a working environment, so sometimes I can get slightly distracted.
It is meaning I'm having a lot more time with my family and I can see my dad more often.
We spend more time with our friends and family and we learn what's important to us and what we need rather than what we want.
It gives you like different talents that you didn't know you had, but now you do, so like drawing and playing the piano.
The joy of being a kid.
Being there for people when they're so scared and they don't know what's coming is truly just, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to care for them.
You never know how life will change. Be ready. Work from home, jump on the bed, take a vacation, learn something new, run in the rain. Slap your asshole neighbor on the back and tell him he's a great guy. Do whatever, but live your life. Well, that's our show. If you liked our content, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. I know everyone says it, but it really does help. Until next time.